Tomorrow is my birthday, and I'll buy GME if I want to. What is the likelihood any of you even know who Leslie Gore is? Probably not high. That's okay, because you'll all know the names we're going to talk about today. Roaring Kitty has awoken from the dead, sent the meme stocks back on rallies. We've got the Ethereum ETF approval around the corner. And my word, look at that Bitcoin rally that's already come in. And don't forget, NDVA earnings this week. It's gonna be a big week.
I was down, but now I'm up. Yeah, this all God, this ain't no lie. Yeah.
So GME is back to life. You know, Roaring Kitty has been posting memes on Twitter that has the internet super excited about what's going on. But the big thing to keep in mind here is this isn't the short squeeze that we've seen in the past. There was only like 20% short squeeze here at GME. Other names like Beyond Meat had like over 40%, and there's more squeeze potential, but we didn't really see big moves out of there. And I had called out GME before the big rally. I'd even made a post to the Discord. I said, hey, Lottos here look like they could work. And then I didn't buy any. They would absolutely parabolic. I mean, the thing almost touched 80 bucks, but the market was so slow today. And I was seeing that, hey, you broke that key level I was looking for. I was like, okay, and then I see we got this little back test. I decided to go ahead around like 10 this morning and buy some calls, and ended up chopping most of the day. Then into the close, we got this explosive move. We got the breakthrough, we got the back test, and it looks like it's pumping in the after hours. If I look at this 1 hour chart, you know, we're firing to the upside on GME. But remember, you all know how this game goes. You know how it ends. Don't be one of the people who didn't sell and take profits. For me, this is a very small, fun play. I know there's a lot of hype and you gotta hold it, you gotta buy, hold it. But let me tell you guys something. Let me tell you guys what all this will actually correlate to. You could actually be a winner, and that's Hood. Okay, we've been in some long Hood calls. Their next earnings, with all this meme stock trading, most of it is taking place in Robinhood accounts. It's really bullish for Robinhood, okay? We got a solid breakout coming in as well. We're over the 21 level in the after hours right now. Very strong. I think this stock could move much higher. I'm looking for 24 bucks as my big target. I'll probably take some profits though tomorrow, because we've been in this play. It's been a very solid play. I've also seen it's been very, very popular across the social medias, which is great. Yeah, you guys are getting smarter. You realize, like, hey, meme stocks running. What's the play that could actually have legs and have a real trend that persists? Robinhood. Good on you. Round of applause. Internet win right there. Of course, some of you will still lose money on GME. The other meme stock that looks interesting is Trump stock, DJT. This has been a fun short opportunity. Last week on Friday, it was a quick 100% print here. Like 5 minutes, it just absolutely printed on the plunge down here. This one was a short opportunity today, and Tesla was as well, but they just moved way too fast for me. And after those quick morning moves, we did see some extended pumps out of Apple where you got this morning move, and then the rest of the day was just boring chop, right? So I'm going to be watching this now that we've kind of climbed back over this lower leg here at 48, and then I'd probably start hunting for a 45. I think this thing could go all the way to 40, and I might come in here and keep it short term. I don't want to be holding these too long, especially if stuff like GME starts to take off again. Maybe you get another rally back in the meme stocks. Honestly, with how bullish I am on this year in general, I think we could maybe get another meme cycle, and the 2021 vibes could just be starting. Now let's talk about this Ethereum ETF news, because just 12 hours ago, the market was not pricing in approval. And keep in mind, if it doesn't get approval, it's probably still bullish for Bitcoin. However, still gotta wait for NDVA earnings, because it could send everything to the downside. But this is really interesting that the SEC has asked these exchanges to update their 19B4 filings. It's not important really what it is. It's the fact that they asked them to update it rather than just saying declined. They want more clarification. They want more information. This was a signal to the market. Hey, we might actually get approval. And as soon as that happened, we saw these big pumps happen, both on Ethereum and on Bitcoin in unison. We even saw Bloomberg analysts raise their approval odds from 25% to 75%. That is significant. Now keep in mind, if you're trying to trade this and you're not already in a trade, it's going to be pretty hard because the market just priced an approval, which means an actual approval could be a sell event. And I was just saying on Twitter Spaces earlier today, this 3,700 level was really important. That is when I actually get bullish, because remember, both on Ethereum and Bitcoin, you have these weekly charts, and you want to see these reverse on both of these. Okay, this starting to print to the downside right here, and actually we did get the reversal on Bitcoin today. Look at that. That is actually significant, and I did not see that until just now. Okay, well then, that creates some great opportunities, because in my opinion, no matter what happens, it's bullish for Bitcoin. If ETF doesn't get approved, then Bitcoin's the only one. Bitcoin Maxi's got more fuel for the fire, that their coin is the absolute best. Everything is just a scam, and this is going to go higher. So this is probably going to create some opportunities if you do want to trade it. While Ethereum won't be probably a good chance, you could play some Coinbase, and you know, Coin has definitely had a nice drawdown. We actually see a perfect 618 touch, and we also see that the daily is also trying to improve here on the TTM in tandem with the 4-hour, if my memory serves. Yes, it does. So there could be a lot of opportunities and plenty of upside here if you want to trade that for some sentiment. Now, before we talk about NVIDIA, I gotta talk about Baba, one of my biggest trades of the year so far. I had a heavy position. I told you guys on one of our last week reports, I saw a golden setup here, and even after the sell-off after earnings, it touched that support, but no real breakthrough. Same here when the pre-market, you know, what was that, the 7th? It touches the support, but you need a real breakthrough to cut the position. We never got it. Instead, we got higher, slightly higher lows, and then this thing exploded, and it's gone straight to a lot of my price targets. We can see it hovering around the 88. I still think it's super bullish. The 1 hour starting to fire. Today was just chop, but it needs to take a rest after all the moves that we've gotten. My longer term price target on this is 102. I've seen some analysts and some people calling for 108. I want to be clear, by the time we get to 108, I'll be completely out of my position. I'll have taken all my profits. I do not see this as an investment. This is a trade. Now let's talk about NVIDIA, the earnings that will make or break the market, what everyone's going to be looking for and watching this week. Everything else is just noise. When this earnings drops, it's going to go nuts. And I've heard lots of people painting the picture that this is like Cisco. Because remember, back in the 2000 bubble, if you do your research, I wasn't around. I wasn't a trader back then. But if you do your research, it was the same narrative. It is the easy play to go for with the internet because it's making the shovels and the picks, you know, also leaning on that gold rally narrative. But sentiment here is the exact same as it was back then, where NVIDIA is impenetrable. Like, they're the easy play, the go-to play. They own 95% of the semiconductor market for AI. Huge dominance. Just, you know, makes them the clear company to disrupt that everyone's going to be gunning for. Will that mean that their next earnings report will actually have downside? I can't even answer it for you. We went into a deep dive on the last podcast. You can check out that video if you want to hear our thoughts. We did some deep analysis with the GOAT, Monty, who writes the Peach Pit Substack, the #1 analyst on the team. And the way to play this, in my opinion, is to simply play a strangle and to catch the implied volatility run-up that will happen into the earnings report. A stock like this, it's going to happen. This morning, I set up that strangle, and boy, did I not look at that implied volatility. I got slaughtered on it, actually. I think it was down like 30% at one point. That is not how a strangle should start. It was a rare L for me. I didn't close the position. I'm still in the position. I still think it'll come back to me. I'm not too worried about it. And in fact, I think even holding a portion of that position into the earnings is going to be just fine. But this morning, those premiums had run up quite a bit as everyone was starting to take their bets on the earnings today. Usually the market isn't so quick. You know, 2 days ahead. Usually we still get those last minute pumps. It'll happen. But this morning it was pricing in an 8% move on NVIDIA, something that I didn't thoroughly look for before I set up that play. If I had been paying more attention, if I hadn't just been robotically setting up a play that I'd love to go for, I love to play these strangles into earnings, catch the IV and run up, which, you know, spikes the premiums up. You can win on both sides on these all the time. Almost every Tesla earnings, I'm buying these strangles and I'm winning on both sides because the contract premiums are spiking so much, and rarely do I hold them through the earnings. I just take the easy win and then I play whatever trend comes afterwards. So that is the game plan I always go for. That roboticness failed me this time so far. I think it'll come back and it'll be just fine. But if you're looking to play it, 8% move to the down either way is going to be a big move to look for. And so if we're talking about actual key targets, I mean, what you're looking for on the upside is a break of $1,000. And what you're looking for on the downside is to see if you're going to break this 890. You break this, you probably go to 700. You break 1,000, you're probably going to 1,100. And that is the exact strangle that I have set up to look for. Now, after NVIDIA earnings, I will give an update on how earnings went, what my expectations are, because it will probably be a new market trend after that. And hey, by the way, it's my birthday. So if you want to leave me a little birthday present and like the video, that'd be great. And also in the Discord, of course, I will tell you what it looks like before earnings, what it's pricing in, and whether or not I hold that strangle. So, you know, gotta give a little shout out there. Now, let's talk about silver. Okay, silver is boring. Minerals are boring. I don't like trading these usually, but I was looking at this monthly chart, and I gotta say, this is an insane setup for silver. Absolutely insane breakout on a monthly chart. For decades, we haven't seen a move like this. Look at this thing. It's at a 67 RSI on the monthly chart. It's at an 80 RSI on the daily chart. It had a slight retracement today and just completely reversed and rallied again anyways. There's a lot of Discord members that have silver positions that have been making money on silver and gold. I had some. I took all my profits, and the rallies have just continued. Actually, let's take a look at GLD actually and see where this guy's at, because I thought we had gotten a death candle here, and we actually, we broke that death candle. This is a nasty candle to see. To come back and climb over it is insanely bullish. This tells you the market is terrified about inflation in a way that we haven't seen since like the 80s. Okay, these are massive moves. They're going to continue. If you want to play something like silver, look for some retracement, because it's going to come. You're going to get a massive downside move like this, and I'm going to tell you right now, I'm probably going to come in and buy it. And 100%, some of that is FOMO. You guys have been telling me in the Discord, the other traders, they all have silver positions. Josh, why don't you have a silver position? Are you even a real trader? Yeah, I get it. Caught with my pants down. I hear you. I see the chart. All right. I can't not make money on a generational run on precious metals. It's on my radar. I'll give you updates. We'll take the plays, but not right now, because holy cow, is that running hot.